This week on Longshot TV.
As we're back in the same set that we were in yesterday evening, we had a real nice buck come out yesterday evening, not quite what we're looking for. There's a lot better one in here we're after. Thank you, the shooter, right? Make sure.
All of a sudden, to my right side, I hear some noise coming. All of a sudden, her ears cocked up, look real alert.
Burn.
Welcome to Longshot TV. On last week's episode, we left Wade at full draw on a buck we call Big Brow. This week, let's see how it all plays out.
Hey guys, it's October 20th. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, a little later than I like getting in here, but me and Ryan was working on other farms today on some different camera sets, and got in here a little later, but anyway, we barely got set up here, and we had some does underneath the tree feeding. We got some really nice bucks working this farm right here on these edges. Got some nice trail cam pictures, so we got the old Matthews in hand, and we're going to set tight and let's see what happens.
So I'm putting my time in here on this particular stand. I'm seeing some does cruise by the tree stand. I'm fairly close, within 20 yards, easy shooting range. I'm just hoping and praying they'll drag a real nice shooter buck by, hopefully Big Brow.
Just had a few does run out the woods, 3 up, running a holler buck with her tail up. They came out in the middle of the field, kind of stopped like something was chasing them, and the biggest doe ran back in the woods right where she came from.
So as I'm sitting there and it's getting later in the afternoon, I hear some movement. It's real thick where I'm actually sitting at. It's I'm on the edge of a big old CRP field, and I'm sitting in the corner of some real thick woods that's really thick and deep, goes a long ways. And I didn't know it was a squirrel bouncing around or what, but it sounded a little heavier than a squirrel. It was just so thick and getting late in the evening, I couldn't pick up no movement at all. So a few minutes went by, and all of a sudden I caught a movement. A few more minutes passes by and the deer comes on out, and it was definitely a pretty nice buck. It was real late then, it was hard to make him out, but he looked like a 2.5, 3-year-old buck, really nice young buck. So as he's walking out, he comes within about 20 or 25 yards of the tree. I definitely had a shot opportunity on this deer, but he just wasn't the right one. Old Big Brow, he was definitely unpredictable on where he was going to go or what he was going to do. We had two different farms we had trail cam pictures of him on. They were actually about 2.5 miles away. And Big Brow would show up on this farm for a week or so, and I'd get pictures of him. All of a sudden, you know, I'd hunt there and stuff, and then he'd disappear, and wouldn't see him for a while. He'd been on another farm, I'd get pictures.
We're back in the same set that we were in yesterday evening. We had a real nice buck come out here, Stephen. Not quite what we're looking for. There's a lot better one in here we're after.
It was just a perfect afternoon to see a big old buck slip out. These does were just feeding. It was a pretty crisp afternoon. All of a sudden had this really nice buck come out the bushes, and he just started running this doe all over the field.
He's a shooter, isn't he? He's a 10. Oh yeah, he's a shooter. You'll run him down right here.
This segment of Longshot TV was brought to you in part by Judd Coon Chevrolet.
Don't just want a truck, you want a Judd Coon custom lift truck. In stock now at Judd Coon Chevrolet in Little River. 6-inch lifts, chrome wheels, real tree camo fender flares. And you can check them out at Judd Coon Chevrolet. Judd Coon's Build-A-Truck is the first choice for hunters, outdoor enthusiasts, and folks that just won't settle for second best. Come in to Judd Coon Chevrolet in Little River or call 877-977-8782 to schedule a test drive. Buildatruck.net.
One of the downsides of owning your own business here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is the odds are stacked against me. I know. It's only a matter of time before a disaster strikes again. That's the reason why I trust Tillman Insurance Agency.
Tillman Insurance is located at 905 2nd Avenue North here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Check out the number below for any of your auto, home, business, life insurance needs.
He's a shooter, isn't he? He's a 10. Oh yeah, he's a shooter. You'll run him down right here. I think he's a shooter, Ryan. Make sure. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna check him out good.
I had it in my heart. I was wanting to try to get an opportunity to shoot Big Brow. I mean, the deer just meant a lot to me, just a relationship with him over the years. But this deer was definitely one I wasn't going to turn down. He was probably a 160-inch 10-pointer. He was every bit of that wide. Just a really nice deer.
Guys, we got a real nice 10-pointer. He's a shooter. He's probably 150 yards out with some does right now. The does are feeding this way, but we only got about 10 more minutes of camera light left. So let's hope he runs one on over here.
I bet he ran that doe for 15, 20 minutes right there. Just the steam was just blowing out of his nose where it was pretty cold.
Oh man, he's talking.
He was probably 250 yards out, and he had to really we had to get some does definitely coming our way, or he had to have a change of heart and start moving pretty quick to, you know, have him within camera light to make the shot in to get him on film. But he never came in. never came within range, so that didn't happen.
Well, guys, me and Ryan's back at it today. We just got an old Rage and knocked in old Matthew Z7 Extreme, and hopefully get an opportunity today to take a nice buck. We were on this farm yesterday evening and had a really nice shear buck, hung up about 100 yards out, dogging a couple of does. Didn't come in. We lost our light. We feel like if we had a little bit more light, we would have got an opportunity at him because they were working their way to this point. But we got the old decoy set up today. Hopefully it'll catch his attention. Pull him in here and we'll have a nice buck down. So stay with us. Let's see if we can get the job done.
So I get my decoy set up, I get up in the tree, get everything ready, my camera positioned. And then had this little full pointer came out. He must have came out 200 yards away. And he was just walking out, looked like he was cruising for a doe. He saw the decoy. I mean, he was zeroed in on he was coming. So as he's getting closer, you know, he was just kind of walking along, and he got within about 50 yards, and when he saw the decoy really good then. And I guess he had a change of heart. He's like, you know, this buck ain't gonna be in my backyard. You know, I'm gonna run him off. So he decided to pin his ears back, and the closer he got, his ears was pinned back and his hair was standing up. He started walking sideways. Looking at him, I thought he was going to bust my decoy to pieces. So when he started getting right there close, I hit the grunt call, and he was just a little feller, but he thought he was pretty bad. Me and Ryan had a nice little 6-pointer just came in, all bowed up, ears pinned back. Came up, bowed up on our decoy, and realized it wasn't a real deer, and bolted off. But anyway, that was pretty exciting. That's what we're hoping the big boy's going to do today. So we'll see what happens. Big Bro would show up on this farm for a week or so, and I'd get pictures of him. All of a sudden, you know, I'd hunt there and stuff, and then he'd disappear, and wouldn't see him for a while. He'd been on another farm. I'd get pictures. So a really tough deer to get to try to narrow down where you could get a shot opportunity on him at.
This segment of Longshot TV was brought to you in part by Atlantic Heating and Cooling.
Crestcom is now offering our customers a new reason to smile. It's our totally free checking. And when we say free, we mean free. Totally free checking means free online banking, free online bill pay, free MasterCard debit card, free first order of checks. You'll even receive a free gift when you open an account. To sign up for totally free checking, visit any of our Crestcom Bank locations throughout Myrtle Beach and Charleston. Crestcom Bank, have a nice bank.
Before experiencing it, you won't know dependability. Unless you've drawn it, you haven't felt smooth. Until you shoot it, you've yet to be this accurate. The Matthews Creed.
Some of the best fishing is found right here off the coast of the Carolinas. Voyager Deep Sea Fishing and Dolphin Cruises are located conveniently here in North Myrtle Beach. Voyager Fishing Fleet has 4 different vessels ranging from 44 to 100 feet and offer many different trips to fit any budget. Find us on the web at supervoyagerdeepseafishing.com or call us direct at 843-626-4900. Call and book your trip today.
As you know, it's not easy pattern any big whitetail buck. But old Big Brow, he was definitely unpredictable on where he was going to go or what he was going to do. When I went to the other farm, it's about 2.5 miles from here, started checking the pictures. What do you know? Big Brow. Showed up several times. Had several nice pictures of him.
Me and Josh just got settled in the ground blind here. We're hunting the edge of a bedding thicket, coming and feeding out. These deer will be feeding out to a CRP field. We've seen a couple really nice deer the last couple days. A little too far. We lost our camera light on one, but we know there's a good one in here. So we're going to set tight and try to get the job done.
I know I had a good feeling about the other farm, but it seems like I'm just a little bit closer to Big Brow with these recent pictures, and I'm right here within 30 yards of where the camera snapped this picture. Got me a ground blind, got it set up in this thicket where I thought he was coming out to kind of narrow the shooting window down, where had about a 30-yard shot either way if he came by. I personally love hunting ground blinds. I think it hides your movement. I'm more comfortable in it, especially when I'm running 2 cameras, filming myself, and shooting a bow. I just feel a lot better in a ground blind than tree stand.
We've had a pretty good morning so far. We've had 6 does come by feeding, no buck, but anyway, we're going to stick it out all day, and let's hope we get a crack at him. Well guys, it's October 30th. I'm here in Ohio. I just got settled in my ground blind. It's a real sloppy day. We got about 6 inches of snow down on the ground and about 20-mile-per-hour winds this afternoon. It just slacked off, and just managed to get out this evening. I was wanting to go this morning, but the wind was just way too strong. I think this is some of the effects from the Storm Sandy. So anyway, I got oil air knocked into Matthew's bow, and I'm going to set tight, and let's hope these deer are up and feeding.
These little small does are feeding right in front of me, I mean within 15 yards or so. All of a sudden, to my right side, I hear some noise coming, and sounded like pretty heavy walking, definitely a deer. He's like 5 yards from me. I thought he was going to keep it coming and stick his head in there. He was so close, but like I said, I was just on the edge of the thicket, and when that deer cuts the corner, I mean you can almost reach your arm out the window and touch him, but I had nowhere else to set this ground blind up to get the best shot opportunity at Big Brow. So a couple days later, 3 or 4 days, I'm into it more. I'm still hunting. No luck. Big Brow, I have not seen. Hadn't even getting no pictures of him here in the last few days. Just disappeared again, but this was typical for him, just to fall off the map.
This segment of Longshot TV was brought to you in part by The Shack.
just want a truck. You want a Judd Kuhn custom lift truck. In stock now at Judd Kuhn Chevrolet in Little River. 6-inch lifts, chrome wheels, real tree camo fender flares. And you can check them out at Judd Kuhn Chevrolet. Judd Kuhn's Build-A-Truck is the first choice for hunters, outdoor enthusiasts, and folks that just won't settle for second best. Come in to Judd Kuhn Chevrolet in Little River or call 877-977-8782 to schedule a test drive. Buildatruck.net.
Dedication to innovation. One boat. The most accurate technology. One cam. When the reward is within range. One moment. A name you can rely on. One choice. Matthews.
It's so hot, our AC went down. But who to call in this beach town? That cool mascot, but what's the name? What would the penguin say? Atlantic heating and cooling, Atlantic heating and cooling. That's what the penguin says!
Call now for amazing Carrier lease purchase financing. No credit check needed. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Atlantic Heating and Cooling. Be cool, y'all.
I just got settled back in at ground blind here this morning. It looks like it's a perfect morning for harsh weather. We got a heavy frost on the ground and no wind whatsoever, so it should be a really good morning. Let's hope we can get the big boy to come out that thicket and show himself.
As I was sitting there getting into the hunt, I had a few does come out, feeding around, milling around. They must have hung around for 20 minutes or so and left, and a few more came back out. All of a sudden her ears cocked up, looked real alert, like she saw something or something spooked her for a second. And she was looking, did be to the left of me, real hard in the woods, and I started looking that way. I was like, man, maybe there's another deer, or something coming out. I was real anxious to see what she was looking at, but I couldn't see. I was very limited in what I could see. It's like, man, there's got to be something down there. So when I actually look and I stretch my neck to kind of look out the window to see a little bit, only thing I see is a big set of antlers. And as this deer's getting closer, I got a good look at him, and I realized real quick it was Big Brow. There was no mistaking this deer. He was definitely the one I was after. My heart goes to pounding. I'm like, man, this is almost too good to be true. You can prepare yourself and see trail cam pictures and just put all the time in the world, and you seem like you're ready, but when it actually happens and you know that's the deer I'm put all this time in, day after day after day, I mean, my heart was just pounding and racing. I was like, oh God, what do I do now? Get the camera, get the bow. I got the second angle camera turned on. I got the big camera on him. I got my bow, wanted to make sure the air was locked and loaded. I checked that like 2 or 3 times. Just didn't want nothing to go wrong. So as this deer's coming, you know, he's steady coming. I thought, oh man, he's gonna come right by me within, you know, 15 to 20 yards. I mean, this is gonna happen, Wade. This is gonna happen. He acted a little alert and nervous, like, I don't know, was he acting that way because the doe's right there, and the doe looked still nervous, like he was about ready to run her. It was the rut. I didn't know what was about to happen, but he was definitely a little edgy. So I had him in the frame, and I had some leadway on the camera where if he went forward, you know, decided to move again, I could hopefully get him on camera, because I definitely couldn't move the camera holding the bow at the same time. So I got the camera position right on him, and I got ready. I drew back, and he started to walk, and I was like, oh gosh. So I droned at him and went, Merritt. He locked up, and he was all alert. Merritt. When I let the air go, it went right across the top of his back, and I had just a gut-wrenching feeling immediately, like, oh no, Wade, what have you done? You just blowed your opportunity at Big Brow. You've been hunting this deer all this time. Just went right out the window. He took off in the bushes, and the only thing I seen was horns going just like this, and just a sickening feeling. He was so close. When I picked the bow up and put it on him, I just saw a big blare of brown and about 5 pins on him. And instead, I should have took my single pin and zeroed in right behind the shoulder and let it go. And I would have had it here to tell the story and, you know, show you guys. But I didn't follow through with my shot, and off he went. It was just a terrible feeling.
I got my opportunity to shoot the deer I've been after. I was sitting here watching some does. It happened so fast. It's super thick. When these deer come out, they're right on top of you. 170 inches. I just shot about 1 inch over his back. Didn't even touch him. I watched the air go right across his back.
I'm gonna keep hunting hard, put my time in, and hopefully this year I'll get another opportunity, another big buck, and hopefully it'll be Big Brow. But I don't know. He was pretty tough getting on the first time, so we'll just see what happens. This particular deer is a really particular deer. What am I saying? A really particular deer. Let me take a breather.
Why buy your next vehicle at Judd Kuhn Chevrolet? The Judd Kuhn Advantage, of course. You get a lifetime powertrain warranty. Other dealers will protect your interior and exterior for 5 years. Other dealers, you get free key replacement, free car washes, free lifetime tire rotations, and free courtesy shuttle service. Other dealers, plus you'll get an extra $500 for your trade. Judd's best value guarantee and Bird Dog Club. Other dealers just don't add up.
Where does he work?
AMT Wireless.
AMT
Wireless. AMC Wireless. ATMC Wireless. How much longer?
We are ATMC TV, Channel 3 and HD Channel 910, your community channel.